These are the Tyr Spec Ops 2 swim goggles. They're designed for open water swimming, but they do just as well in a swimming pool. See if they're for you and check out this review. What's up YouTube? Welcome to the Celtic Clydesdale show. I'm Jim and I am the Celtic Clydesdale. This episode, as you heard, I'm going to be reviewing the Tyr Spec Ops 2.0 swim goggles. The particular pair I have are white with the blue or purple lenses depending on the angle that you catch them at. They come in multiple different colors, which I'll include down in the description. So hey, let's get into it. Alright, a bit of a disclaimer before we get into this review. The goggles that I used to do this review were purchased with my own money and they were not given to me by anyone, especially Tyr. Tyr has no idea I'm making this video, so they've got no influence at all over the opinions that I have about these goggles. So everything that you're about to hear is coming all from here. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, these are the Tyr Spec Ops 2.0 goggles. They're more of a triathlon goggles, so they're intended mostly for open water swimming, but you'll be just comfortable in them in a pool. All right, they come in 4 different lens varieties. The first one being a transition lens, which means it's going to transition from a clear lens in low light conditions to a darkened lens in high light conditions. All right. The polarized lenses are just that, they're polarized lenses. The particular pair I have are polarized. They have this blue purple kind of tint to it, reflective when you look at them, but when I look through the goggles they look sort of orangish to me. All right, not a big deal. It may be for you, who knows. They also have clear, which is just that, they're clear lenses. I would recommend those mostly for pool swims. And then they have the tinted lenses, which are going to do you well during, open water swims, when it's lighter outside. All right, but those are the 4 lens varieties for this. I think, though I could be wrong, they may also have a variety with corrective lenses. I haven't actually looked into that, but I probably should. But yeah, those are the goggles. Now, you can get these quite a few places. I know that you can get them directly from Tyr. You can get them from REI. You can get them from Swim Outlet. You can even get them at Walmart.com. All right, I got mine from Amazon, and they set me back about $18–19. So for the most part, you're going to see them between $20 and $30, depending on where you get them. All right, so yeah, let's talk about the things I like about these. All right, the things I like about these goggles. First off, they're very comfortable. The silicone in the gaskets right here, it sits nicely, just barely inside the eye socket for me. All right, which, I still prefer something that sits more on the eye socket, but these are actually pretty comfortable. They're right in that, kind of a sweet spot, if you will, between being in the eye socket and on the eye socket. So they don't bother me much. Now, unlike the last goggles that I reviewed, which is the Tyr Stealth goggles, these are a bit wider at the nose bridge, and they accommodate my fat head and my fat nose, which is great. So that's leading into the comfort, and I enjoy it. The other thing is the optical clarity. These are have pretty good optical clarity. The only issue that I have with this particular set of goggles is that orange tint when I'm in the pool is a little weird. I have not had a chance to use these out in an open water swim because, well, water temperatures around here in eastern North Carolina are already coming down, and I'm a wimp, so I don't swim in cold water. It just turns out I also don't own a wetsuit, so it is that. Now, the other thing I like about these is the field of view. You can see the lenses are pretty wide, and I enjoy that. So you get quite a range of view out to the side, and which I appreciate. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and discuss the things I dislike about these. dislikes for these. The very first one I dislike is the temple adjustment. The last goggles I did, the Tyr Stealths, they adjust on the back of the strap, which for me is much better than a temple adjustment, but it is what it is. Now, again, these are temple adjustment, kind of dislike that. The other thing I dislike about these is that I'm noticing that the anti-fog that the lenses are supposed to be embedded with is already starting to wear off, and I've only got about, I don't know, a dozen swims with these. Now, that could be my own fault, you know, I'll be honest. I didn't read the instructions, so maybe when I rinse them during the same time I'm taking my shower after my swim set, maybe the hot water is, you know, ruining the anti-fog. Who knows? It could be my fault. I'm just pointing out the anti-fog is already starting to go away. Now, I do know you can get anti-fog cleaner from Tyr that, you know, would probably restore that, but it is what it is. The other thing I dislike about these, and this is sort of a nitpicky thing, they don't come with a case. I personally shove them back in the box that they came in, but it's just a cardboard box and, you know, with a clear plastic. So it's not exactly ideal for storing them and chucking them into a duffel bag after your swim set. But those are the things I dislike. So let's go ahead and discuss final thoughts for these. All right, final thoughts on the Tyr Spec Ops 2.0 goggles. Now, the downsides for these, the whole temple adjustment, the anti-fog wearing off already, and the fact that they come with no case is outweighed by the fact that they're quite comfortable. They're totally silicone, so yeah, they're great in the comfort. The width of them lets them fit my head nicely, which I appreciate. The great optical clarity and the field of view, all of those things just, you know, outweigh those downsides. If it were me, I think I would have a pair that were my race goggles that were both transition and corrective lenses. I think it just make things easier for me during a race. During training though, I like these goggles. I think maybe when these are ready for replacement, I think I'll replace them with just clear lenses, because you don't really need polarization in a pool that's indoors so much. That's just me. But overall, I would definitely buy another pair of these, and I would highly recommend them to anyone that's looking for some decent triathlon oriented goggles. All right, so those are the Tyr Spec Ops 2.0 goggles and my thoughts on them. Let's close this out. All right, so there you have it, the Tyr Spec Ops 2.0 goggles. Pretty decent goggle. I recommend you go and get you some. All right, now, if you liked this particular review of these goggles, do me a favor and give me that thumbs up. It'll help me on the YouTube algorithm. Also, to help me out with that algorithm, if you're new to the channel or you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe and then ring the bell so you get notified when I release videos, all right? The other thing I would like you to do is, if you've got any comments or opinions about this particular goggle, drop them down in the comments, or just drop some interactions down in the comments. That's the best part of running this channel, is interacting with the viewers. So yeah, help me have more fun doing this, all right? So until next time, keep on keeping on.